So, Morgan Streetman, we spent some time on Ukraine and Russia. Please tell me we're going to have time for This Is Your President today.
We got to get in some This Is Your President. I mean, you wouldn't want to miss this. And I'll tell you what, Vladimir Putin is not missing this either, because listen to your president here introducing his new Supreme Court nominee and just feel the power emanating from the most powerful man on the planet.
Judge Jackson, congratulations. And the podium is yours. Let me pull this out for you. Where is it? There you go. You got it? But okay. See, presidents can't do much. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you.
Yeah, he was going to pull her speech out for her, but then he dropped it on the ground, and somebody actually had to come over and pick it up for him. And then he stands up and he says into the microphone, "You see, presidents can't do much." I mean, can you ever imagine President Trump saying something like that? But oh no, your president, Joe Biden, he's going to come up and say presidents can't do much right in the middle of an international crisis. He's going to make himself look weak. And let's face it, at this point, he really can't help it. You ought to go back and watch some videos of him speaking 10 years ago and just put them up side by side next to videos of him today, and it doesn't even look like the same person, and I don't feel like I'm going out on a limb saying that. You go home and you do that. Go to YouTube and type in Biden speech 2009 or something, and just pull up any old clip of him. You could pick any one, and then pull up any clip of him speaking today, and tell me that's even the same person. I'm not really suggesting it's two different people, but look at them. They don't even look like the same person. He has had so much plastic surgery done to his face, he literally looks like a different person, and this is your president. Now, of course, what he was doing there was introducing his new nominee to the U.S. Supreme Court, Ketanji Brown Jackson. And if you're a listener to this show, you knew that name at least a month ago because we talked about that was his most likely choice. Why? Because she was just confirmed recently, I think it was just last year, to the D.C. Circuit by a vote of 53 to 44 in the Senate. I mean, you only need majority vote anymore in the Senate to confirm. You used to need 60 votes, remember, to go to cloture, to go to the vote, and then it was majority vote. But you had to get the 60 votes first to close down debate and move to the voting process. Now it's just 50 to close down debate and move to the voting process, the so-called nuclear option. And so naturally they can just go forward on her vote on a straight party line vote. We'll see what happens, though, to her nomination. Already, Lindsey Graham and Mitch McConnell both are making some noise. Lindsey Graham says that her nomination, quote, means the radical left has won President Biden over yet again. That's sort of a negative indication. Of course, he just voted for her as qualified just last summer. And so whether he and Susan Collins and Lisa Murkowski from Alaska are going to change their votes this time around and say, well, this is different because it's the Supreme Court, I guess remains to be seen. Now, Mitch McConnell voted against her last time, and he says he's inclined to vote against her again and that she is, quote, the favored choice of far-left dark money groups that have spent years attacking the legitimacy and structure of the court itself. And, of course, we're no huge fans of Mitch McConnell or Lindsey Graham, to put it plainly, but hopefully they get it done on this one because I do think this particular nominee is a legal radical. She's somebody who believes a very different thing about our Constitution than what I believe and what I think is the system that our founding fathers set up. And as Mitch McConnell points out, she is the choice of those folks who were funding the Pack the Court movement, essentially the overthrow the Supreme Court movement. So, if that's who you want on your Supreme Court, I guess that's what we'll get. We'll have to see how that vote goes. I basically don't think the Republicans have the stomach to stand up to it. So we'll have to see how this all goes down. They've got probably until the midterms to pull that off.
Why don't the other judges get a choice in this, too?
Yeah, who do you want sitting next to you on the Supreme Court? Well, that would probably be just a little bit too much power. They've already got enough power in their hands. That would probably be a little bit too much power. Thank you for listening to the Morgan Streetman Show. We hope you enjoyed what you heard, and if you did, please click like and subscribe to help us out. And remember that we recommend that you exercise your brain at least once a week.